In today's video lecture, we are going to talk about another important cellular organelle which is called as mitochondria. Mitochondria are the really important cellular organelles which are responsible for the energy production. That is why mitochondria are called as powerhouse of cells. Mitochondria are called as powerhouse of the cells because they are responsible for ATP production. ATP, which is also called as the energy currency of the cell, and this is a really an essential requirement of the cell, without which a person cannot take a single step even. So ATP is very much necessary for carrying out daily activities of any organism. So this ATP, which is called as the energy currency of cell, is produced by an organelle which is called as mitochondria, and this energy currency is produced by an organelle, a very much important organelle of the eukaryotic cell, which is called as mitochondria. So in today's lecture we will talk about the structure and the function of the mitochondria, how mitochondria looks like. Mitochondria is a double membranous organelle. Mitochondria is a double membranous organelle. The outer membrane, one of the outer membrane, and other is the inner membrane, which is found in the form of foldings. You can see in this picture that the inner membrane is found in the form of the enfoldings or twist or the inner protrusions. Mitochondria is a double membranous organelle. Outer membrane and the inner membrane forms protrusions or foldings called, and these protrusions which are in foldings, they are called as cristae. These enfoldings are called as cristae. Right. Okay. Inside the inner membrane, there is a cytoplasmic region of the. Inside the inner membrane, there is a cytoplasmic region of the mitochondria. A viscous or liquid portion, you can say, or I'm saying it, the cytoplasmic region of mitochondria. Cytoplasmic, by cytoplasmic I mean the viscous portion of the mitochondria called matrix. This region is called as matrix of the mitochondria. Now this matrix, the matrix region or the cytoplasmic or the viscous region of the mitochondria, it contains a number of enzymes, proteins, DNA, and all these things are necessary for the production of the energy by the mitochondria. So inside the inner membrane, these dotted portions, you can say these are the proteins, and the small circular DNA is also found in it. Because the mitochondria, it has its own DNA, it is called as a self-replicating organelle. Because the mitochondria is a cellular organelle, it has its own DNA, so it is called as self-replicating. Okay. So where this concept of the self-replication or replication of the organelle of a cell comes from mitochondria. Once in the past the mitochondria were prokaryotic organisms. They were the prokaryotes. They were the bacteria, and because the bacteria, like any organism which has, or any organelle which has its own DNA, it can be produced by its own. So in the past mitochondria were prokaryotes like bacteria. Because they have their own DNA, they can replicate, they can multiply their number. So in the past they were the prokaryotic organisms like bacteria. Bacteria were the unicellular organisms. So these mitochondria in the past, they were act like the prokaryotic microbes like bacteria, and they were engulfed by. Engulfed means taken by. They were engulfed by larger cells and become part of them. And this theory is called as endosymbiosis. What is endosymbiosis? This theory is called as endosymbiosis. What is endosymbiosis? Endosymbiosis is the theory which states that in the past there were a number of the prokaryotic microbes which are nowadays are part of the eukaryotic cell, like mitochondria. Mitochondria in the past, they were the prokaryotic microbes like bacteria, and when they were engulfed by, or they were taken by the larger cells, they become part of those cells, and because mitochondria are the energy currency of the cells, they are responsible for the production of the ATP. So when they are engulfed by the larger cells, they become responsible for the production of the energy. Larger cells start taking benefit from the energy currency of the mitochondria. So in the past they were behaving like unicellular organisms. So when they were engulfed by, like suppose this is the large cell and this is the small cell. This were the mitochondria ones. Suppose this is the mitochondria, and this is engulfed by this cell and become part of this cell. Now it has become part of larger cell. Large cells, and giving benefit to the larger cells by giving energy to the cells. So this theory, the theory in which a smaller cell or small cells which were present in the past, they were engulfed by the larger cells and become part of those cells. This theory is called as the endosymbiosis. Endo means inner, engulfed. So mitochondria were once behaving like the prokaryotic microbes. They were engulfed by the larger cells and become part of them. And the larger cells start getting benefit from the mitochondria by taking ATP from the mitochondria. So this is how this theory explains that how the mitochondria have their own DNA. Why mitochondria have their own DNA? Because once in the past they were behaving, or they were acting like the prokaryotic microbes, and when they were engulfed by the larger cells, they become part of them. And this theory is called as endosymbiosis. And you can say endosymbiosis. You can say endosymbiosis is a theory which justify, or which shows the origin of mitochondria. Endosymbiosis is a theory which shows the origin of mitochondria. Right. So now it is confirmed that the mitochondria are the self-replicating organelle process at their own DNA, and they are called as the energy currency of the cell because they produce ATP. And how they produce ATP? There are a number of enzymes which are present on the inner mitochondrial membrane, and these enzymes are called as, I am going to show these enzymes with a black marker. These enzymes are called as ATP synthase. ATP synthase is an enzyme which is responsible for the energy production, and is present in the inner mitochondrial. It is present in the inner mitochondrial membrane. And in this inner mitochondrial membrane, electron transport chain, which is called as the ETC, this electron transport chain runs in the inner mitochondrial membrane, and at the end of which energy is produced. Right, okay. The space, there is another structural part of this mitochondria, the space, which is found between the outer and the inner mitochondrial matrix is called as, this space is called as inner mitochondrial matrix. Inner mitochondrial matrix. Right. So what happens in case of the energy production, how the ATP produced? This is the entire another topic of the electron transport chain. But I am going to tell you a brief description of that. That how the ATP is produced. ATP is the energy currency of the cells, which is produced by the mitochondria, and in the inner mitochondrial membrane, a specific in the inner mitochondrial membrane, another an important step of the aerobic respiration. What is the important step of the aerobic respiration? Krebs cycle takes place. Krebs cycle, which is an important part of the aerobic respiration after the glycolysis, it takes place where the Krebs cycle takes place in the inner mitochondrial membrane. And what happens in case of the Krebs cycle? In the Krebs cycle, the two important energy storage compounds are produced, FeDH2 and NADH2. These are the energy storage compounds which are produced as a result of the Krebs cycle, which is taking place in the inner mitochondrial membrane. So this is about the structure and the function of the mitochondria. Mitochondria are called as the powerhouse of the cell. Why they are called as the powerhouse of the cell? Because they are involved in the energy production. And which part of the aerobic respiration takes place in the mitochondria? The part is the Krebs cycle, which is taking place in the inner mitochondrial membrane, which is called as a clistic. In the inner mitochondrial membrane, there are the enzymes, or there are a number of the protein complexes which helps in the transfer of the electron from one complex to the another, at the end of which the energy storage compounds are produced.